The number 444 represents archangels who are ready to help you.
Should pulling your kids out of school and then homeschooling them by you, Brendan Schaub, you're going to homeschool your kid? Do you know what that's going to lead to? Along with all the non-aborted retards that are going to be out there too. It's going to be a scary, scary place to live when all the kids are homeschooled by parents that are doing podcasts all day and working on their Instagram stories. Yikes. Okay.
Okay. The
fool sip. You got to see it.
Hate you get, or like people like, I can't believe you let your wife do that, or
when you look at your ratings.
Well, the weird thing the past few months,
that only goes so far, but
the weird thing the past few months is that it's like we kind of hit the sweet spot where we triggered the conservative media world, and all of a sudden I'm watching this guy's fucking boss do videos about me with all his little buddies laughing at him and shit.
Who's boss?
Steven Crowder. I was watching. It's like he never acknowledged me before.
He nervous.
I just do the show sometimes.
Okay.
No. You're there 3 times a week.
I do the show once in a while.
Don't act like I don't know what's going on here.
He's my buddy.
His boss.
My boss. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Great.
They even show everyone laughing.
Everyone's laughing.
Talking about me, but it's like I don't. I mean. It's just
Magic Mind after that.
It's great. Like I'm not upset about that at all. I think it's awesome. Like it's just promotion. Like and to
what's
be fair,
he doing here?
Somebody like Crowder, it's more like, haha, look at this stupid thing that this guy is doing. It's not so much like this is destroying the West. American society is crumbling because of this kind of thing. Because a lot of people think that we're on like a mission to basically.
Ladies and gentlemen, the extended Fool's Wellness Shot. The Fool's Wellness Shot. Here it is. I've never seen someone do a full sip with a BS wellness drink. You've seen these at Target on the end aisles there. You walk into Whole Foods, you're hit with these $6.99 a pop for turmeric, cayenne, pineapple juice. Ooh, that's going to help you. A shot of pineapple juice this big you think is going to cure your disease? For $6.99. This is what they did. They basically, you know the stuff at the bar that's free, the garnish? They squeezed a little bit of that into a cup. $6.99, please. And you think the burning sensation from the cayenne is doing it? It's working. It's not working at all. I've had about 1,000 of these this month. Nothing happened. I'm not well.
It's especially not working now.
The Fool's Wellness Shot. Let's see that go down.
I mean, it's just.
I need a Magic Mind after that.
It's great. Like I'm not upset about that at all. I think
this
it's
is
awesome.
after he was
just
bashed.
Emotion, and to be fair,
By Crowder.
Somebody like Crowder, it's more like, haha, look at this stupid
that
thing that
show.
this guy is doing. It's not so much like this is destroying the West. American society is crumbling because of this kind of thing. Because a lot of people think that we're on like a mission to basically ruin the American family unit.
That's
Whereas
silly.
Guess what? Spinach is bad for you. Do you know nothing about alt-right health? You work for Crowder, you're still drinking spinach drinks with kale. Yikes, these guys are confused. The Fool's Wellness Shot. We saw it. It happened. Brian Callen. Alleged.
I hope he felt better.
Rapist. Yeah, I hope you feel better after
Should we check in with what Crowder has been doing?
Stephen S. Crowder. Let's just check in real quick because a lot of people did what they did to Kanye, whereas Stephen Crowder had the big thing with his wife and Daily Wire, and he was kind of exposed on a large scale as a fool. Remember, he was abusing his wife in the video. He made all these promises that never came true, and then he ran off to Rumble, where they do fake views for the people so that everybody feels like they're killing it over there on Rumble. You know, it's very interesting. If you go to any of the Rumble videos, like Revenge of the Sis is a great one. They've got all these views, 22 comments. They'll have 500K views, 20 comments. Same with Crowder. He'll have 1 million views, 46 comments. Something sound a little off there? Go on YouTube, see what 1 million views comment section looks like on YouTube. You go to Rumble. Now, maybe it's because they don't have a good email system that keeps bringing you back into the conversation, letting you know somebody replied. But either way, there's barely any comments or likes on these Rumble videos, but tons of views, and they're all just sitting there pretending as if they're doing well. Big mistake with this Rumble. Let's check in on Crowder because he decided to invite himself to a black barber shop to show us that white people and black people could come together over their hatred of trans people. This was his idea. Basically, this video could have been called, "Let's team up with the blacks to go after the trans people." And that's what he did. He went to a black barber shop. Let's go to 13 seconds in. I'll show you how this works. And it's a good check-in with Crowder. A lot of people might waste your time with Crowder stuff. Not us. This is a good one. Okay, let's pull it up here so I can see that bigger. 13 seconds in is where we're going to start. And wait till you see what he looks like now. Ooh. You know, you'll see, and I'll explain his new look here in a second, but I'll show this. The barber shop!
Between white and black Americans is growing wider with each passing day. Our views, culture, general outlook on life are so different that even living in the same community, sharing the same space, is something that's almost unfeasible. At least, that's what you'd believe if you're an avid consumer of legacy media.
Or if you're an avid consumer of Anthony Cumia's, your friend's, Twitter profile. The media is making us think that there's a divide between white and black. Can you believe this is the angle he's taking now? Just because he wanted to go into a barber shop. So we love when Crowder accosts black people. And this is a great showing of it. Let's get into it.
If the world falls apart, trust should not be dulled out easily to anyone,
Obama.
especially white people.
Here's the thing I've noticed, and you can comment if this is the same.
This music is terrible. This mixing is horrible.
At all with my
So Crowder's really lost a lot of his staff. His productions aren't professional.
They've gone down.
They've gone down. As you could hear, the voiceover, the VO, is way too low in the mix. You've got this background music I could barely hear in my beautiful Sennheisers. I'm wearing Sennheisers, by the way. Last week of these dang Sennheisers. Oh, Mike, you're wearing Sennheisers? They were $1,200. And they're being thrown out. I'm going to cut the cables right in front of you next week. No, I shouldn't do that. These should be a backup, right? I've got my custom in-ears coming. I can't be more excited. I'm going to be like a real rock star when I get these.
No
like John Mayer.
tension.
This is going to be me putting them in. You ever seen these stars on stage? They take their earpiece out and they talk to the crowd for a little bit and then they just pop it back in. When I look at that, I go, what are you doing? How are you going to get that back in? I sit here all day trying to hold these things in. If I move a little bit, you've seen me. And then I start getting cranky. I'll be able to do what they do where you just go, boop. Watch, they won't fit or something. My ears have grown tremendously from Judaism. Okay, so here he is. It's Crowder and the blacks uniting. But wait till you see what Crowder looks like now. He's gone through it. I like when someone's gone through it and they look like crap now.
Experiences, and that's what's inspired me to actually do with the likes of these legacy media.
This is old clips. So this isn't the new stuff.
Get
It's
out
coming.
into the community and have real conversations with average Americans, black Americans,
Afro-Americans.
not caricatures of what the media thinks.
Not
black
caricatures.
people.
And then they show a
People like Van
caricature.
Jones.
Black people are at risk from police.
In the latest installment
He
of
was
this
trying,
series, I made my way to
trying to find an example.
Yeah, look at this.
Of the
He's-
legacy media.
He's like, legacy
bringing
media
black
wants
people
you to
down."
believe that black people are just terrible, violent criminals. And then he plays this clip. Watch.
the media thinks black people are. People like Van Jones.
Black people are at risk from police.
In the latest
Black people are at risk from police. Oh my God, I can't believe the media would ever say that. That's
And it's
so not
probably
true.
like- it's like cut off in the
Black
middle.
people are at risk from police. Can you believe
Is the
lie.
only example you could
That's the only example. So here he is coming in the barbershop. I'll pause once we get a good shot of his. But
Jeez,
take a look
look
at
at
his body. So I want to explain his body, but let me get a better shot.
installment of this series, I made my way to a cultural mainstay in modern black American society,
Is
the
this like
barbershop.
black music?
Because
to
really,
him?
what better place to
This is what he thinks is black music, yes.
find authentic, unfiltered perspective than the place that's
Look at bad
iconically
shot
known
of him. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
as the breeding ground for conversation in the black community. And what did I find?
Blues. He's playing down home blues music. You hear that like swamp nigga shit. Geez, when I say the N-word, that bomb sound effect better come in like that, or it leaves you feeling real bad about yourself. It's about me. So he's visited this black barbershop. The only person. So he basically just gave a quick call to a random black. He doesn't know these people. He went in the phone book, looked for a black-owned barbershop, found this one, called the owner, who's this guy, and just goes, "Hi, it's me, Stephen Crowder. We'd love to come down. We'd love to do a video. We get a million views on you." Yeah, come on down, man. But nobody else at the barbershop knows who he is. And the barbershop is not shut down for a shoot. The regular clients of the barbershop are in there. So Steven Crowder's going to come in with 3 or 4 cameras, a boom guy, and basically hang out in the barbershop all day talking about why we're so different, okay? And watch this.
Are black and white Americans as far apart from each other as we've been told? Well, see for yourselves. This is Black and White on the Gray Issues.
Wow. You could barely hear him.
Do you beard?
Okay, so this guy goes, "Want me to do your beard? Want me to do your beard?" And let me show you something here. I don't know what kind of black disease this is, but he's got, you'll see in another shot, he's got Band-Aids, week-old Band-Aids, covering up half of what appears to be giant, grotesque, pussy-infected scabs all over his arms. What kind of standard black disease is that, Lala? Where you get a bunch of green scabs all over your arm that are bleeding and you're covering up with Band-Aids from the 1950s. Yellow Band-Aids. And this guy goes to Crowder, goes, "Want me to line you up?" Watch this. This is how it starts.
You do your beard?
What are you going to do?
"Want me to do your beard?" And Crowder goes, "What are you going to do?" So you didn't even plan to get your haircut. You were just going to sit in the seat at the barbershop and ask them questions about race. But look at Crowder. Can we see here? Is this a good one to stop on? He looks different. Okay, I'll tell you what's been going on. Similar to Nick DiPaolo, Anthony Cumia, it seems like the new thing to do, on the right at least, is when you get disgraced publicly. And maybe this is a way to get their confidence back, but it seems like all the guys who get disgraced publicly start doing a lot of steroids. We know Crowder has talked about his steroid use. They're all on it now, all these guys. If a guy looks like he's on steroids, they're on it. So he's got acne now. His hair is very wispy and greasy. His beard,
thinning.
Look how patchy his beard is now. His teeth have gone crooked. His nose is pudgier. He's got bags under his eyes. His eyebrows are in different places than they used to be. He's disheveled now. And I think that's what happens when you're on a steady supply of the highest amount of Adderall you could have. And then they all pretend, they all start like Bert Kreischer. "Oh, I'm just doing like the bare minimum just to give me a little pep." But then they want that feeling all the time. And they go, "Guys, I want to be fucking huge." And there's something about being canceled or being disgraced in front of everybody. I think they think I can get my confidence back if I'm huge. If I show up huge, then I don't have to feel as small as they've made me feel. I'll get on these steroids. I'll look like this. You've seen Nick DiPaolo, all of them. They're all cheating to win now. But are you really winning? Look what it's gotten you.
So
You've got,
fucking
and you'll see, I'll pause some of these. He's got these giant breasts now. He's all puffy and out of sync. His skin, you could tell his body is rejecting what it's being put through. He really, really looks bad. Even when they clean him up, he's going to look bad. So here's this black guy goes, "Want me to do it?" Which means, do you want me to give you a beard cut? I would say no. And look at Crowder's face here. Watch how he responds.
You do your beard?
What are you going to do? You're going to make me look like a photo negative Drake or something?
Ooh, what are you going to make? What are you going to do? Are you going to make me look like a photo negative Drake? And again, you could really see he's receding. This is like the worst he's ever looked. messy. I mean, really, look at it. He looks like a beat up old pussy. A vagina. I'll show you more when the light hits him the right way. You're really going to see all these craters and wrinkles and damage and decay.
Clean it up.
Clean it up.
Okay.
Man, go get cleaned up, man.
Well, I asked him earlier, said he was too busy. No.
So Crowder's going to get cleaned up, and keep in mind this guy's got all those bleeding scabs all over his arm, which is giving Crowder the willies. But he just got here. He can't be like, nah, scab arm. He's got to play nice because he doesn't even know what to say to them. Let's see.
Okay.
Look, yeah, here.
Earlier said he was too busy. No. You was at that time. Okay.
Look at that. I mean, there was a better one. What do you do if you do this? Does it? Yeah, there you go. It's too balloony. Look at his chest. And he thinks that's what's going to save him. The steroid use. It's making you dumb, stupid. I mean, really, these guys are going to get in trouble from using steroids. It's not as safe as Joe Rogan claims it to be. If it were safe, I would be fucking ripped. You know, I'm declining this stuff. This would really help me. You don't think I want unlimited power? You know, but when you look over it, it's very damaging, very bad. This is something you're supposed to use when you're 70, not when you're, you know, in your 30s.
Come on, we don't.
Wait till you see this guy's arm.
Hair done like this.
Oh, he's really. Let's see. Wait till you see this arm.
Most people, from my estimate.
Oh, here, this guy calls himself Skool, S-K-O-O-L.
Also, you can tell Crowder has no idea what these guys are even saying because he just starts this guy in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, he has no idea.
What
And the way
about.
do these guys know this is what's called black cringe? It's like just because you're black doesn't mean you could wear anything you want as long as you have a chain. So many black guys dressed in this ridiculous, like we saw Ty Dolla $ign.
Yes.
And or they wear these ridiculous frames looking like Corey Gamble. This is a really tacky look. It doesn't look good on anyone. And it's so present, it's so prevalent that white kids even try to mock this look. Although this is just a failed look by an out-of-it guy. But like little white kids see this and they go, oh, that's what black people wear. So then you see these little kids who go to like Travis Scott concerts, they dress like this now. With like these dog chains and like ridiculous pants.
Most people are afraid of the backlash that's just gonna come with it if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, whereas
I gotta pause on this guy's arms.
I think you have the room to be wrong if you don't know, but
so Crowder can't understand anything they're saying. He doesn't understand their slang. He doesn't understand their culture.
Who's to say that you're wrong? Like I say, one of the things I agreed with you with was, so what you're saying is, so for all of this time that this has been correct, now this short amount of time, everybody.
Oof, look at him. And there's no worse place to be than the barber's chair. So they've cleaned him up a little bit. Look how much nicer he looks. From the black experience.
He looks
You see,
better.
his beard looks
Still
way
has
better.
all those zits.
Now, I got to get a freeze frame when you see this guy's
Yes,
arm.
It's happening any moment now.
And look how zitty he is. He really looks like shit.
They got to change on the dime.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see a little Band-Aid here. So what is this disease?
It looks like you fell off a
come to the other side.
motorcycle.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Hold on, it gets
That's
way
gonna
more
change me.
graphic.
I'm a he and a her. That's it. That's about all I got.
Yeah, I know.
If that offends you, I can call you by your names, but that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly. You know, look, I think they always try and misconstrue it, right? We're talking like
There's a
divide and
thing.
conquer in the media. It's like, look, just because I think that male and female is a thing doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean I hate you, but you can't restructure society and.
So again, look at all these Band-Aids. Ooh, ooh. So, and right by Crowder's lips. You don't want that guy's elbow right by your lips. But yeah, so he found the one thing he could relate on: black people hating gays. So he's going to go into this black barbershop. Now, they're not really even familiar. They've half heard these headlines. It's not on their minds. It's not something they're talking about. They go in every day and they're having a good time. They're telling stories with their friends. They're sharing tales, and it's the black barbershop, and they're all happy. Crowder comes in, and poisons their head with a million new things they got to be worried about now. He's like, you don't understand what they're doing to schools, right? Nah. And they're like, nah, they don't know, and they don't even really care. But now they're forced to care. So like a week later, they're going to be like, oh, what do we, you know, this is going to stress them out. They don't have room for this.
And they don't, like, go to 450 if you're done with the scab.
Yeah. Well, if we see that scab again, shout it out, because I still haven't showed where it's green.
Well,
And
you can keep playing. I think that...
Let's see what happens.
Like, they don't have an answer. It's like, so how many gingers are there? Well, I don't know. Well, how many can we put on a driver's license? Well, I don't know. Well, how many
Oh, the Band-Aid flapping.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, the Band-Aid's flapping. Look at this. The one by his hair is falling off. Look.
That's stupid.
Look. Oh, right by his eye. Right by his eye. That's how you catch the vaccine.
That is, like,
that's got to be worse than the
vax.
vax.
I didn't notice that before.
Yes, that's what I said. It's like hanging in his face.
And
wait, it gets way worse.
What's your pronoun?
Yeah. What's your pronoun?
Just, hey, Ted, what's your name? You know, hey, guy, what's your name? It's way too much. And, you know, society has villainized anybody that doesn't. If you don't sway with the alphabet community, you're gonna catch the wrath. You know, if it's possible.
Well, look what happened with Dave Chappelle.
So he's going to bring up Chappelle. He tries to pander to these black guys, and he thinks they're going to love Chappelle, right? They're black. Chappelle is for fucking white people. Chappelle is not like a black Twitter thing. I mean, they watch it, but, you know, it's not like the blackest thing out there, and that's what Crowder thinks.
I can't take my eyes
When they came
off.
after him.
Yeah, wait,
and then
it
he
gets
doubled
worse.
down, which, you know, made him a hero, basically.
Yeah, and he was independent enough and independently wealthy enough to where you can't stop my money. See, that's the thing. If you're attached to anything where they can cut you
So
off.
Crowder's basically just thinks it's amazing that these guys have heard a couple of these stories.
Yes.
He's like, can you believe these stupid black people know about this trans stuff too? We're more alike than we are different.
That's the power they have over.
Yeah.
But if you're independent of that, if you can't take my bread away, you know, you get a little more freedom and a little more leeway to kind of operate like that.
Yeah.
I hope Crowder's involvement got their, like, they had to move out of their business now because the liberal street doesn't want them being on this conservative show, and he ruined all their lives.
Well, he experienced that. That was, you know, that was kind of new, right? Where the LGBT, like, they came for.
Oh, yeah.
They came for like a black celebrity.
And
Here it comes. Oh, I almost got it. Look at this.
Oh.
Okay, that's about as clear as it's going to get. Look at this arm. This right here, can we see this? This is all infection. This is white. The man is black. Imagine what must be going on to make a black man's skin have a white ring. This is all scab and burn. Burn, scab. He only puts Band-Aids on certain areas. You need a giant wrap. This needs to be wrapped. You need to take gauze and wrap like a mummy and then put on a tight turtleneck. Long sleeve. You can't put that in somebody's face. And I'm glad Crowder had said, look, he knows too. He knows that that is seconds away from hitting his lips. Look at that. And those are some gnarly.
You can taste its air.
Where do you even find these black bandages? Seriously, this is like you have to go to like a black outreach center to get Band-Aids like
Every
that.
person in the chat is saying crocodile.
Crocodile?
Or whatever. What's that drug?
Oh, I don't know.
That Joe Rogan always mentions? Crocodile.
No, I have no idea.
That makes you scratch your arms off.
Oh, okay. And he's wearing like a Texas Chainsaw style leather butcher's apron while he does this. You know, what's with the butcher's leather cowhide butcher's apron?
Big celebrity.
Yeah.
And a big one at that.
But he had people standing up for him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, and he had
450.
alphabet community.
Okay, what was that?
450.
450. Okay, what's going to happen here?
Just
There's a
a
couple
funny-
good ones here. That was just a little about the scabs. We've got some great Crowder moments here. What's
So
this?
here's him trying to relate to them with a story.
Okay.
You have to give people room to grow to that understanding. And even if they never do understand, you got to find a common ground where you can at least get along.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize they don't like my booking agent. He's a gay Cuban, and he's you would think if you didn't know, like super gay, the most homophobic motherfucker you've ever met in your life. Just because he'll be like, these trans people are out of it. I watched him. I swear to you. We were at a steakhouse right here, and
so they think they're about to get like a barbershop style story that comes with like a laugh at the end, right?
Yeah.
So here's Crowder's story that he's telling this black person. They don't want this.
People are out of it. I watched him. I swear to you. We were at a steakhouse right here, and he's gay. He's there with his like boyfriend. He's against gay marriage and he's gay. But it's just really, he's like, well, I just don't understand. Like, I'm just gay. Why do I want to get married? It's like they're pissing me off. I'm like, William, you can't say that. He's like, no, you can't say that. Only I can say that. But he was sitting there. He had 2 drinks in. And the server was a white woman. She goes, I don't really understand the whole, like, the new gender queer, like, pansexual. And she's asking him because he's gay. So she thinks he knows. And he's a gay Cuban guy. And he just looks at her and goes, they're all murderers. I'm like, wow. Whoa, William, he's like, I'm just telling you.
Wait, the gay people be murdering now? That's not a black barbershop style story. The story.
You just
What is it?
confused the fuck out of him.
Look how confused he is. Let's see how that went.
They're all murderers. I'm like, wow. Whoa, William, he's like, I'm just telling you, having lived in these, used to be drag queens were funny. We did drag queen shows. He's like, we weren't doing it in libraries with children. He's like, this has gone way too f***ing far. And he loses his mind. He loses his mind.
Oh.
Not all gay and lesbian people are on board with all of this. That's the thing, too. They're not represented.
Right, it's never absolute. It's never absolute with the loudest.
Funny story, huh? You ready to have him here all day? I hope your clients like these tales. Oh, man. And that's what a black person does when they don't really care. Look at this guy back here. He just came in for his weekly 2-hour haircut just to shave his head. You know, how do they have the time? How do they have the money? If you're getting your haircut that short, you need a haircut every 2 days to keep it looking like that. And they work on this hair for 2.5 hours. They're sitting there working on it. It's just a buzz cut. You don't want to hear about this story. All right, what's our next one?
11:15.
11:15. Ooh.
Oh, I'm tingling all over in anticipation for this one.
Let's see what happened. Any setup needed?
Just play.
Be at the party.
I mean, look at Kevin Hart and the Oscars.
Yeah, because he made a gay joke 8 years ago. Yeah, I know. Well, I guess they really showed him. It's like, he's like the richest comedian on earth now. That guy is constantly working. My God. I don't even know how that guy is walking upright at this
His money
point.
allowed him to save himself.
How many times did Cat Williams get arrested? Was it like 400 times in 82 months?
Hey, he said.
Okay, so he brings up Cat Williams. You see, he's getting no response from these people. Look at this guy. Why you got this white person in here doing this to us as if we haven't been through enough? And none of them really like him. They're like, what is he talking about? This guy's like hateful towards gay. Like even black people they think gays are icky, right? But when they heard Crowder, they're like, damn, man, maybe these gay people are right. Always talking about, this is crazy. You gotta be nice though. So Crowder sees that it's not really working, so he decides to bring up Cat Williams, the comedian. Let's see what he says.
Arrest, but no conviction.
I've been arrested many times, but I've never been.
You ain't never seen him out. Oh, this motherfucker doing a Cat Williams over here thinking he's the only one. Gotta keep your pimp hand strong, motherfucker.
So one of the black guys, Crowder brings up Cat Williams, and then the barber goes, this motherfucker here has a ribbon around his neck. You want a Cat Williams? Crowder has classically done a Cat Williams. So watch this again.
This is like the curse.
This is like the curse. Have you watched The Curse? Benny Higgme, Nathan Felder, and Elizabeth Piss. What is her name? The redhead from The Curse?
Stone.
Emma Stone, who is a big phony baloney. She just did an Actors on Actors, but that curse is a gift.
Love her. And the fuck.
So this is like the curse. We started noticing right around this part, it's shot and edited like the awkward moments of Nathan Fielder's The Curse. Except this isn't scripted, it's real. Watch this Cat Williams shit go down. Watch.
You ain't never seen him out.
So here.
This motherfucker doing a Cat Williams over here thinking he's the only one. Gotta keep your pimp hand strong, motherfucker.
Ooh, and no one really.
That was almost like a Kanye like.
You hear someone doing a Cat Williams, so you bust out the blacketiest voice, and they're not used to seeing a white guy just start doing a black voice. And this guy's like, damn. You. Mama said there'd be daylight, there'd be daylight, my mama said. Mama said there'd be daylight, there'd be daylight, mama said. That is called putting down a black guy and the black guy having to hold it in so he doesn't get in an incident.
You know.
You know.
Here thinking he's the only one.
Watch
Gotta
it.
keep your pimp hand strong, motherfucker.
That was like a little kid.
Shaving that man's head with my bent back paper clips and shit. Yeah, exactly.
He said he'd never been in court.
Oh, this guy's like, dude, that's so cringe. Can't look at him. I'm doing a haircut, right? He's been shaving this black guy's head for 2 hours. There's nothing more to shave. And how much are you paying for this experience? Because 2 hours is a lot. I hope you're not paying like $600 for this. That's what black people think inflation is, because they spend 7 hours at the salon every day. You could do this yourself. $20 clippers.
Isn't he coming to Windstar soon? Yeah.
Remember that video of him getting choked out by a 14-year-old?
Yes, sir. They're playing soccer.
Oh, you're just bringing up black moments that you remember? It's like just random black moment just because he's black? It's like they don't need to just talk about 7 black things that happened over the last 20 years. That's the only way he could relate to them.
Go to 13, 15.
13, 15. And they're picking up on this. They're not stupid. You know, only an ape master would think, look, school. He's got, and on his shirt it says school. This reminds me of that guy from the Netflix competition where they were making streetwear and he was obsessed with bees. And he had gold bee medallions all over. He ended up winning. School. It's like that is the most horrendous Michael's Crafts looking sign I've ever laid eyes on. This guy needs a lot of style advice. Big fake diamonds.
Those could be real.
Oh yeah, they're real. 40,000 a pop. All right, let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
No, he's done well for himself, but then, like he said, Kevin Hart making money hand over fist.
I mean, could you imagine if, like, Pryor were coming up today?
Could you imagine if Pryor were coming up today? Because he's black, they could relate. They must know Pryor, right? Let's see. Play.
Imagine, like, there's no that guy would get in trouble immediately. Yeah.
Listen to this in total. Listen to this in total. Listen to what he says about Richard Pryor, who, by the way, Richard Pryor never said anything offensive. He was just a black comic. It was edgy for the 1940s, but he was allowed to do it then, and he would certainly be allowed to do it now. Listen to this.
Hart making money hand over fist.
I mean, could you imagine if, like, Pryor were coming up today? Can you imagine? Like, there's no that guy would get in trouble immediately.
Yeah.
That guy would get in trouble immediately. For what? For what? No one's getting in trouble for any Richard Pryor style comedy. In fact, Richard Pryor follows me. Remember this? Yep.
Yep.
Followed by Richard Pryor. He ain't following you, but the family of Richard Pryor, they know I'm the closest thing to this Richard Pryor to them. And I think Richard Pryor sucks. I had a Richard Pryor. You know what I did? I bought up all the albums. I went out to all the collectors. I paid them big bucks for Pryor albums, all these original prints. I destroyed them all. I had what's called a Pryor demolition. And I lit all the records on fire. And I've taken them from the public archive.
That made Chicago radio history.
It did make Chicago radio history. I don't want people remembering Richard Pryor. I want you remembering George Carlin. Shit, piss, cocksucker, motherfucker, shit, part, turn, and twat.
He said he's the best ever.
He's the best ever because he's black.
He wouldn't be able to tell the same level as Joe.
He's the best ever.
See, you're confusing them. Yeah, he won't be able to tell the same level of jokes. Yes, he
Gets
would.
lost in thought about that for like 10
It's you guys don't need to worry about this. Everything is fine. I promise. If Richard Pryor was here, you know, he'd probably would just be a boring, bad comedian, a rich Eddie Murphy guy. Okay,
1430.
1430.
I like when Crowder tries out his material.
Doing some material on the, and this guy's not really buying it.
No,
This guy's not really
he
buying
knows what's going on.
And this guy just wants to fucking finish and go. You're getting your hair bleached, or is that
guy's
gray?
not even black. He's like Indian.
So he's not black, and his hair's. He's not an old man. This is actually.
Imposter.
This is actually like who's that guy who quit Coachella? This is more. Say that again clearly.
Frank Ocean.
This is more of a Frank Ocean. Now that I look, that's a dye job. This is a cool Frank Ocean type of guy. Okay, not.
Well, they can say it, but the problem is... Like, the problem is you have people who amplify, like the people who try and suppress a voice like Chappelle, then they amplify a voice like whatever it is. It could be Sexy Red or, you know, Cardi B, whatever it is. We're like, oh, no, this is... I mean, the fat pride thing is a big thing now, too, where you're like, oh, we have a health problem in America. And they're like, no, you can't say, doctors are not allowed to say you're obese.
You don't want to body shame anymore. Right.
You want to body shame? Yeah.
Which, I don't even... What was that term?
Body shame? Yeah. That was invented by fat white women in like 2018.
So they like that he's even surprised. He said, why are they laughing? For some reason, you said fat white women. They had never heard of something like that. Body shame, and that was
like jokes about white people. For
maybe that's what it was. They had never heard anything like that. Even Crowder can't believe they, you know, because Crowder was just pulling shit out of his ass right here.
Right. Do you want to body shame? Yeah.
Which I don't even. What was that term?
Body shame? Yeah. That was invented by fat white women in like 2018.
That's real talk.
He can't believe it.
That's real talk.
That's real talk,
So
man.
he gets confident from the laughs.
Yeah.
And continues.
Okay.
She lost an argument with her husband, and she was about to be checkmated. She was like, "Are you body shaming me?"
That's real talk right there. That's where that came from. Yeah. Once again, if somebody's able to attach a level
Wait, did you skip ahead by accident?
Let's see. I'm at 1513.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay. What should I be at?
Go back. Wait, play from here.
Cardi B, whatever it is.
Oh,
Like, oh no, this is.
Yeah.
Wait,
She lost an argument with her husband, and she was about to be checkmated. She was like, "Are you body shaming me?"
That's real talk right there. That's where that came from. Yeah. Once again, if somebody's able to attach a level of offensiveness to any conversation that you have, they put you in peril of being ostracized and alienated.
Oh, I got sued by one of those fat models.
Here we go.
Yeah, because the problem is she was out there saying, like, this is healthy. I said, no, your blood type's pudding, bitch. Like, that's not healthy. And she said it caused her a
You love this. See, this is like the Kill Tony band. These black guys don't get to hear stuff like this. I told her your blood type is pudding. And they burst out laughing.
It's pudding, bitch. Like, that's not healthy. And she said it caused her irreparable damage mentally. I'm like, no, what's causing irreparable damage is your liver right now trying to keep up with the enzymes that are flowing through your... Like, it's one thing to be overweight, right? We all agree.
Oh, you should have quit while you were ahead,
guys,
bro.
forget the political stuff. If this was any comedian bombing and performing this poorly... They should. Well, not in today's crazy world, but they should be chased out of town. What's our next code here?
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
Now, often when you're around a bunch of black people, you talk about how your whole past was in black comedy.
Wow. We've heard this from Josh Denny. Josh Denny has rewritten a lot of his history to include that he was basically a black comic. He worked black clubs. He gets black people. So let's see. Crowder pretends to be a stand-up comedian. You know, nobody really has confirmed that. He doesn't really do any shows, but he's got some black comedy past he's going to tell us about.
They go, oh, Chris Farley. I go, these were comedians. They were hilarious. They weren't considered sexy. They had to be talented. Like, no one said. So I actually here in Dallas, when I was starting up, I opened up for Bruce. You guys know him? Still remember Bruce?
Yeah.
It was Bruce, black boy with 2 eyes, and me. I want to talk about eating
They
shit on.
love this. These white guys, they did like one open mic where there's like black people there. And then they pretend, oh, yeah, I was on the road with Bruce, Juicy J, Mike Will May. Oh, yeah, I was basically black. So that's what he's doing here.
It was Bruce, black boy with 2 eyes, and me. I want to talk about eating shit on stage. 19-year-old white me opening up for Black Boy and Bruce. But that guy was, huge.
That guy was
He would
great.
joke about it.
He
And
was
it's
the
like,
best.
No one's going to go up and make fun of him for being fat, but he's also not saying, I'm a sex symbol.
Right.
Like, it's 2 different things.
Okay, you know what it's time for? I got a new thing to introduce to the show. So remember I had that can a couple weeks ago? People said, it's an ad. And then I taped the can one time so that it wouldn't be an ad, right? And it said Mike's Power Juice or something. I've got a new addition to that drink for my mid-show power-up. And I suggest everybody try this at home. At this portion of the show, we've had some drinks. We've done the 9-pill challenge. Well, I did that on break. I almost forgot to do the 9-pill challenge. I would have been off my pills. We almost forgot about that. I did that during the break. We've had drinks. We've smoked a little shmee. We've done the 9-pill challenge. It's time for the mid-show booster. Here we go. Look at this new device. Nope, it's the wrong one. It's a mini refrigerator that holds a single can. Look at this. Not a nice interior. Don't look at this door. Makes it look fake, but this is a desktop. Oh, not very cold.
Damn, it didn't work.
There it
through the
is, a
tape,
nice
huh?
mini fridge. I don't think it works through tape, but here we go. It's you could cut to the close-up here. It's the, what does it say? Mid-show power increase. Do not drink. And then here's the new addition. Developed by Jason Oppenheim. Okay. Sure. Here we go. Let's have this. Whoa. Happy Hanukkah. Oh, I don't celebrate. By the way, I do not celebrate Hanukkah, nor do I condone Hanukkah. Okay, that's a joke. When we bring up Hanukkah here, it's to mock the holiday. I hope you know that. There we go. 200 milligrams. So, guys, do about 200, 300 milligrams of caffeine right now. We're drinking. Okay. And it wasn't timed out. Or was it? There was a delay in my monitor.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
It was close.
Any more Crowder clips here? Was there anything else?
Go to 1935.
1935.
This is kind of like how it goes with me when I'm at the barber or something like that.
Okay.
I guess he's at the barber shop.
That's great. You still do comedy?
Yeah. I don't get on the road as much. I mean, doing the show every day, so it's kind of like it's comedy, but it's not stand-up comedy. But yeah,
So you film this? You do some of this every? You do this every day?
So I'm usually in the studio every day, like doing stuff. So it's kind of like a middle ground between like a late night show and I guess sort of podcast.
This didn't need to be in the published video. So what do you do? So they don't even know who he is or what he does. So he just kind of like ambushed this place to do this video. So what do you do? He's like, it's kind of like a late night style talk show, mostly focused on hate. We've gone after black people for years and years and years.
That's exactly what I say when I go to the salon.
Yeah, because they go, what do you do for a living? You go,
I'm like, it's like a talk show.
A hate
it's
podcast.
Like based on hate. We've
Everywhere
made fun
we
of black
go.
people for like 20 years.
Everywhere we go, people come, oh, you have a talk show I would love to listen to. And I go, yeah, it's called redbarradio.net. And then you go, oh, no.
What have I done?
If they listen to this, first of all, they're just going to think I'm retarded. Now, we're hoping with the lights and the camera, they just think that that's so cool that they've met someone that has all these lights and cameras, and then they're not really listening to the content.
I hope. We started going to this IV place.
We're getting IVs.
And we told them that we have a podcast. Huge mistake. And then when we went back the next time, they were like, oh, how's your podcast? We got to listen to. So they remembered.
They remembered. But nobody actually ever listens. But what if they did? Well, we make it very hard. They would never be able to figure out the player on our website. So here, yeah.
Stuff. So it's kind of like a middle ground between like a late night show and I guess sort of podcast. It's a hybrid, but then we do this stuff on location, and it's a mix where a big part of this, honestly, is I was in also traditional media for a long time. So like I'd be on Fox News and CNN and all these different places. And what you saw, the Change My Mind thing, it started. I
Changed My Mind
to all the networks. And
I pitched Change My Mind to all the networks, and they all declined. Yeah, I wonder why. They didn't want a 2-hour show where you're harassing kids at a college. Have you seen Change My Mind? It's very poorly done. No TV station would air that, ever.
And what you saw, the Change My Mind thing, it started. I pitched that to all the networks. And they said no one's going to want to sit and watch.
They were right.
Just like two normal people talk for
2
an
hour
and not be edited. And I said, well, we're sitting here talking, and you guys give us 4 minutes, and you want us to hit talking points. Like, there's nothing productive. I said, I think people will watch it. And they said, absolutely not. So I went and did it, and it worked. Turns out people wanted to see real interactions. And once you get out of the media bubble, you realize that most people share a lot more in common than they have that's different. And it's just...
No, Change My Mind is where you go to a college and you argue with college kids, and then you basically tell your audience how stupid they were. It's never been about we have more in common than we do, not. That's not the theme of any of your content, except for this, where you're trying to basically show the world that black people hate gays. That's all you're doing, is getting them in trouble for hating gays too. Okay? Which is still gets people in trouble here and there. I know that's hard to believe. So, okay, was there anything else here?
You could go to 23 minutes if you want to see Crowder showing them all.
Is this the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, 23 minutes.
This is just him showing them.
And then I just wanted to show that one thing at the end.
Yeah.
There we go.
Like you're saying that way.
Just react.
Yeah. You need a new click. You need a new reel. So I was raised in Montreal. Have you spent any time in Canada?
Never been, man. That's somewhere I'd like to visit. I've never been to Canada.
Don't. Don't. It's a stupid place.
So they all hate Canada now. Did you see Joe Rogan say this? Somebody brought up Canada, and he goes, that communist shithole country? Whoa!
Ouch.
The people of Canada have not gone that far yet, but they're out of the loop on this one. Joe Rogan, like this, anytime someone brings up Canada, he gets like visceral. He gets so upset. And they keep referring to just that one truckers protest. And they've got the story all wrong, just like they've got every story wrong. They're like, they shut down all those people's bank accounts, just because they It's like, that's not what happened at all. They were asking hundreds of people to move their trucks out of the road for a month. And then they finally froze the bank account of the movement, not people, not the individuals, the bank account of the basically terrorist organization that was blocking the highway. If a bunch of Black Lives Matter people block, anyone who blocks the highway needs to have their bank accounts frozen. You can't block the highways. If they were doing that in Austin, blocking 6th Street, where the mothership is, Joe wouldn't be on their side. Okay? So Joe's got, and again, they didn't freeze the people's bank accounts. All they did was freeze the account of the, what do they call that group?
I forget.
The protest group. It would be like freezing the Black Lives Matter account, which they should do. And they just did that because they had to get these trucks out of the road. They go, well, we don't know what else to do. Would you rather, Joe, they've come in with the military? I would say scaring them. And basically, they did a light college-style scare where they're like, hey, check your bank on your app. And they go, what the fuck? I'm locked out. Exactly. You want this turned on? Get out of the road. And then they did. They turned it right back on. But Joe thinks they're freezing all the accounts of anyone who's a Republican. All the conservatives have had their accounts frozen and taken from. And he repeats the story. And him and Crowder are on the same page here. Canada is a shithole. It's so... You can't go there.
One particular thing about Justin Trudeau that he knows will make a splash.
Oh, this is so great. Yeah.
Boys.
Watch. So they don't know anything about Canada. Listen to this.
Never
this
heard
is
of
great.
So I was raised in Montreal. Have you spent any time in Canada?
Never been, man. That's somewhere I'd like to visit. I've never been to Canada.
Don't. Don't. It's a stupid place.
Man, I heard Toronto was nice.
Okay, have you guys seen our
I heard
Prime Minister?
Toronto.
No, I don't even know who the prime minister of Canada is.
Have you seen the prime minister? Man, I don't even know what a prime minister is. You know, they don't know. What do they know about Canada? You know, black people don't have enough fucking room in their heads to think about Canada. Are you crazy? They're thinking about 12th Street. That's about as far as they think. 2 roads down. So now they're brought up, oh, what's going on in Canada? I can't believe Canada's a shit. All I've heard is how nice it is and fair.
Don't. It's a stupid place.
Man, I heard Toronto was nice.
Okay, have you guys seen our prime minister?
No, I don't even know who the prime minister of Canada is. Man.
Do you guys not know, like, he didn't just do blackface. Have you seen this?
You said what?
The prime minister of Canada has not only done blackface, he's done it like 15 times.
This'll get them on your side, huh? Show them and wait till you see how far he goes with this. You say what? Blackface? We know that's bad.
Really? He don't give a damn.
No. He just it's just because he has the right opinion. Like, he would go to sports games and paint his arms and legs black.
Oh, he went all the way in?
Yeah. But now he says like, oh, I support the.
Which that shouldn't bother you because you love all these freedom of expression things that you guys do. Wouldn't that make him cool to you that he does blackface? Why are you trying to censor him and shut him down?
Blackface.
First of all, he dressed up, and this should have been how it's always been. Forget your politics. Remember when they first started getting mad at people for dressing up as black people on Halloween? Like there was no ill intent. It was just like a kid dressing like Mr. T. Nope. Ban him. Kick him out of school. Well, we should all be fighting for that not to be the case. You should be allowed to dress up as a black person as a costume. Right? They agree with that. Isn't that the whole thing that Megan came on his show? What's her name? Megan, the big blonde. She got fired. Megyn Kelly got fired from Fox News for saying black dressing up as Mr. T wasn't that bad. And you had her on and you're like, I can't believe the media, how they're doing this to us. But now Justin Trudeau did it and that makes him despicable. Shouldn't you like that he did that? He painted his arms. You know, we should want people to be able to do Black Boogaloo. So it really doesn't make sense. Now you hate blackface. Okay, well, you're pretty libbed out right now. That's pretty woke to hate blackface. I like blackface. If it were up to me, I would have painted skin right now. I'd be pretending to be Kanye left and right all day, every day. I got the beard. I'd have black skin. I'd be stuffing my shirt. I'd be going around and going... I'd be going all over town going, beautiful big titty butt naked women just don't fall out the sky, you know. Did that work?
No.
Why isn't it working?
Beautiful big titty butt naked women just don't fall out the sky, you know. One more time. Beautiful big titty butt naked women just don't fall out the sky, you know. Sky, you know. This sky, I know. This guy I know is very, very cute. This is a vintage microphone from the 60s.
Pretty cool, huh?
If only you had that paint.
Can somebody tell me why? And this really kills me. I have purchased every style of vocal effects processor out there. Rack mount units, all these stomp boxes that cost $500-600. TC Helicon. This is as good as you could make it sound. Listen to this. Beautiful big
No.
Fuck. Beautiful big titty butt naked women just don't fall out the sky, you know. Hey, this is the best you can make a $600 unit sound. Listen to this.
Hey, everybody. Hey. This sounds horrible. So, what is the deal? Why could I not get pitch effects live? I mean, they sell this damn thing. They're giving this thing 5 stars. 300 people said this is amazing. I've played with every knob. This is the best it sounds. What am I doing wrong? Every fucking little pitch effect device, they don't work. But then you go into the computer, and if I record a vocal and then do a plug-in, it sounds amazing.
Someone says Helicon isn't that good? Get the Roland VT.
I bought the Roland. I've had them all. I promise you. I'll show you my receipts. I've had them all. The Roland sounds just as bad, too. They all sound like toys. None of them do, like, how are people... Well, they must be using computers. Like, how are people doing auto-tune live?
They're saying the real-time ones can't replicate studio gear.
Studio gear? You mean computers?
Maybe that's what he meant.
Maybe that's what you mean, but there's no studio gear that sounds good for pitch effects. The computer plugin is the only place you could get it sounding right. That's a big... Are people not doing live pitch vocal effects? And you see people with this little zoom. They all sound like children's toys, I'm telling you. This is the best you're going to get it sounding. And that was pathetically sounding horrible.
It was still
This is going in. Not nice enough. So... I just can't believe it. I mean, you won't believe how many of these I've gone through. Okay, I wanted to show that one last thing at the end with Crowder.
Did you want to see the blackface part where he shows them all?
Oh, sure, yeah, it's coming up.
If you want.
Look, you watch.
All the way? Yeah. But now he says, like, oh, I support the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, two-spirited community. He's just Mr., progressive. So everyone's like, oh, that's
then he got
fine.
go out.
Blackface like 50, like, so many times.
Man, I didn't know that.
Oh, he's a piece of
He's a piece
Oh, my gosh. Justin Trudeau is the biggest piece of Canada has a lot of beauty,
but okay, your only problem with him is that he did blackface, which again you support. So
I'm sure
you're
he has
only
many
using
more problems.
Yeah, but you're using that problem to explain why he's a piece of shit to black people, which is pretty manipulative.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's done blackface. No. And watch what he does here. Look.
I've never paid attention. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Do we have it? This is the Prime Minister. This is the worst one. Yeah, I'll show. What the f is he doing?
Look, he's showing it to everybody.
I think he's doing, but think he better not be doing.
So Crowder is got his cell phone out. He's running around to every black person and showing them what, is supposedly supposed to offend them the most. Here. That would be like if you had a little piece of paper with the N-word on it. Here. You guys know this word? Hey, get over here. This word? Look at this. Showing everyone.
Yeah.
So excited. I hope they ban your passport from Canada. Trudeau, can you get to work? If you're as bad as they say you are, can you revoke Joe Rogan's entrance to Canada? You do this to a lot of people when you find them with weed. Revoke their access.
Clear Crowder's
They want to tell
Canadian
millions
accounts.
of people every day. They want to tell millions of people that you're corrupt. Show them how corrupt you are. Revoke their access. Next time Joe Rogan comes to the border to make millions of dollars off your people, say, oh, I'm so sorry you can't enter the country. You got to get back on the... And don't tell him till he's there in customs. Wouldn't that be nice? Do that to the Petersons. If these governments are as corrupt as you say they are, why do they never do anything to you? I really wish they would start doing this stuff. I would love it if they were as corrupt as they say. I want that. I'm not against it.
Yeah, he was black. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that's just one. Oh, yeah.
Showing everything.
Like he was at a football game.
He's even showing a white guy.
He's actually trying to imitate a black man.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, here's a perfect example, like context over content. We were doing a show live
this one's good, too.
at U of M. So it's a big theater, like 2,500 people. And it's right on the border of Canada. And so this guy's done blackface like 15 times, right? But a lot of people don't know it.
I think it was like 3.
You need to raise awareness. So what we did was we said, hey, we have some guests here, and we had celebrities. We said, and we have the Prime Minister of Canada in the audience. And it was just a dude in horrible blackface. And people are like, what's that? And then we show the clip. So the joke is not blackface. The joke is the Prime Minister is in blackface. And that's the kind of thing where people could say, well, hold on a second, you're doing blackface. No, we're mocking the guy who you just saw doing blackface.
So you did blackface once as a joke?
And they're like, wait, what?
Look at this. He's like, and you know how I know? Because I did blackface once and I got in a lot of trouble. And then, he gets off scot-free. And they're like, wait, what? Oh, all right. Wait, you just told blackface was so bad.
Guests here, and we had celebrities. We said, and we have the Prime Minister of Canada in the audience. And it was just a dude in horrible blackface. And people are like, what's that? And then we show the clip. So the joke is not blackface. The joke is the Prime Minister is in blackface. And that's the kind of thing where people could say, well, hold on a second, you're doing blackface. No, we're mocking the guy who you just saw
That guy
doing
literally
blackface.
narrowed his
Because
eye.
people should know that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but sometimes the joke becomes more offensive than the fact. That's what you have with Dave Chappelle.
But his... wow, that was... This is what he's become. That last line was amazing. Listen to this.
Doing blackface. Because people should know that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but sometimes the joke becomes more offensive than the fact. That's what you have with Dave Chappelle.
That's the curse. All right, I just want to show the end here.
58:30.
58:30. Now, you would assume that he knows these guys a little bit, right? Maybe he talked to them on the phone. Wait till you see this. So this is Crowder leaving. 58:30, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Crowder getting up to leave. Watch this.
You're standing on an island by yourself trying to navigate.
Yeah. And that's something that I think, you know, beyond the whether black, white, like just we need to get back to communities, strong communities of people who care about each other, man.
Absolutely.
Okay, watch.
All right. I'll get going anyways.
I'm going to get going.
You have this, the only place to be truly black, and then I looked in the mirror, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the whitest human being on earth. You probably thought I was a narc.
Watch this.
I think he got you beat.
Oh yeah, well that guy's not white, he's transparent.
I love this.
He would make Larry Bird look at him and be like, dude, can you black it up a little bit?
Come on, do it.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks.
What's your name?
I'm Big Mike, man.
Big Mike.
Thanks. What's your name? And the guy's name happens to be Big Mike. Look at this again. Watch.
Hey, thanks. Thanks, man. What's your name?
I'm Big Mike.
What was your name? That's what he says as he hugs the main guy. So he's been talking to these guys for 2 hours. He doesn't even know the guy he set this up with name. What's your name? Watch this. He does it to everyone in the room now.
Mike, man.
Big Mike. Is everyone big here? Big Phil, Big Mike. What's your name?
What's your name?
Andrew.
What's your name? What's your name?
Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. Oh,
Don.
Don. I thought you said Doug. All right, Don. Hey, Don. There you go. Like the Don. What was it, man? Sorry. Travis. Nice to meet you, man. I appreciate it.
You should have met them at the beginning.
Nigga, what? Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Just ugly. Who's there?
A murderer.
Murderer who?
Let's kill Logic's kid. Logic baby ugly. 444.